Hello students, welcome to our English class. I am Miss Annie Itur and today we are going to learn lesson number 32, Helen Keller. So now let's get started with the lesson.
This is the story of a child who became completely deaf and blind before she learned to talk. Because of her own courage and also that of her wonderful teacher, she learned to talk and write. She was able to go to school and to college and to live a full, happy life. So, this is the story of a small girl who had become completely deaf and blind. So, See, so when the child is small, he try to intimate things by looking at the parents or the grandparents or the people around him. But Helen Keller had already become deaf and blind before she had learned to talk. Even though she cannot see or hear because of her own courage and her wonderful teacher, she had learned to talk and write and she was able to go to school and lived her life full of happy. Helen was born in 1880 in a small town in the southern USA. At 18 months, when she was beginning to talk, suddenly became terribly ill and very nearly died. When she recovered, she was completely deaf and blind. Here, Helen was born in 1880 in a small town in southern USA. So, when Helen was 18 months old and just started to talk, she suddenly became terribly ill, and in that illness, she was nearly to die. But after some time, you can say after some days, she recovered, but she was not fully recovered because in her illness she had become completely deaf and blind. Next. It is very difficult for a deaf child to learn to talk. Most babies learn by hearing other people talking, but the deaf child cannot hear anyone. So, how can she know what talking sounds like? Many deaf people learn to lip read and they become very clever at understanding what other people are saying by watching them. But Helen could not see what other people were doing. So the deaf children who cannot listen, for them it is very difficult to understand what other people are trying to talk. That so what they do, they try to like now see the most of the time small babies they learn to talk by hearing other people, that they may be their grandparents, their parents, the surrounding people. So first they listen what they are trying to talk and then they start talking. So if the child is deaf, then how he she can learn to talk, because they don't know what talking sounds like. Now here there are some deaf people who learn to lip read. Lip read means to understand what somebody is saying by watching the way their lips move. But this they understand what front person is trying to tell them. And by this they become very clever at understanding what other people are saying by watching them. But here Helen could not see what other people were doing because she was blind, and because of this, it was very difficult for her to learn things and also to talk. She had remembered a few words she had known before she was ill. For instance, she went on calling water wak wak, but she had to make signs for most things. She could shake her head for no and not for yes. A pull meant come and a push go. But of course, she could say very little like this and she depended entirely on other people. So before getting ill, she had learned some words. So she remembered that words that she had learned by listening others. So she went on calling water wak wak. But she was making signs for most of the things. And most of the time she would shake her head for no and not for yes when someone used to talk with her something. So if you take the example of the small babies, or if you watch small babies who don't know to talk properly, they also shake their head to say no when they don't want something and not to say yes. So same thing Helen was doing. Also she was understanding pull meant come and a push go. Because of all this, she could say very little like this, and because she was blind and deaf, she was dependent entirely on other people. Yet Helen had an active mind and a clever brain and wanted to do and say everything any other child would. She used to get into terrible tempers when she could not explain what she meant or understand what others wanted. So Helen had an active mind and a clever brain. So when some children wants to try or want to do something or want to talk, so they do that. That is the common child do that. So same thing Helen was also feeling to do that, but she was not able to do. She used to get into terrible tempers. Now here to get have a temper means to get angry very easily, and this temper she used to get when she could not explain what she's trying want to try to tell something, or when she was not understanding what others were telling to her, and because of that she was getting terrible temper. When Helen was nearly 7, Annie Sullivan came to teach her and look after her. This clever and devoted teacher changed Helen's life. So when Helen was 7 years old, that time she got a teacher. Her name was Annie Sullivan. This teacher had come to teach her and look after her. So devoted means very loving or loyal. So the clever devoted teacher changed Helen's life. Now how she changed her life, let's know about that. Annie Sullivan herself had been nearly blind and had been at a school for blind people. There Annie Sullivan had learned fingerspelling method. She felt sure that this was the only way to talk to Helen and teach her to say what she wanted. Because Helen could not see her making the signs, she could spell the words onto her pupil's hand. Helen had become very sensitive to the feel of things, much more sensitive than most people are. She could soon tell the difference between the feel of one letter and another. So Annie Sullivan, teacher of Helen, was also blind, and she was a teacher at a school for blind people. And Annie Sullivan had learned the method of finger spelling. So she thought that this will be the good method of talking to Helen and teaching her to say what she wanted. Now Helen was not able to see. So if she was making signs, she could not understand that. At this time, the teacher of Helen, that is Annie Sullivan, was spelling words onto the hands on the students. So Helen had become very sensitive to feel things, because most blind people have sensitive skin and they can feel more very easily. But common people who can see, They don't have much sensitive feelings. The way her teacher had taught by spell words on her hand, by this she could tell the difference between the feel of one letter to another. Miss Sullivan gave Helen a doll, and when she gave it, she spelled the letters DOLL onto Helen's hand. She did this with the names of other things such as CAKE and MUG, that was cake and mug. Helen obediently spelled them back, but she did not understand what all meant, and she soon grew bored and unhappy. She could not try any more, and poor Annie Sullivan did not know what to do next. So Miss Sullivan was giving things in Helen's hand, and then she was spelling about that things on her hand. Same thing she did, and she gave Helen a doll, and when she gave it, she spelled the letter DOLL onto Helen's hand. That was doll. Then the teacher did this with the names of other things also, such as CAKE cake and MUG mug. So by this, slowly, she was trying to understand things. Helen was trying to understand the spelling, but she was not understanding what is happening, what these things actually mean, and because of this, she soon grew bored and unhappy. So now, students, see. Now, when she is not interested in learning, when she is bored in studying, then teacher will also not understand how to teach the student. So Annie Sullivan was also having same problem, that Helen is bored and unhappy. She is not interested in learning. So how can I teach her? So because of this, Annie Sullivan was also become anxious about Helen Keller. Then one day Miss Sullivan took Helen outside to the water pump. As the water spilled into Helen's mug and overflowed on her hand, Miss Sullivan spilled water, that is WATER, on her other hand. Suddenly Helen's face lighted up. She understood that WATER was the name of this cold wet stuff, and it came to her in a flash that everything has a name. So now when Miss Sullivan was teaching her lots of things by spelling her on her hand, so Helen was not understanding what this actually means, and because of that she had become bored and unhappy. With her, even Miss Sullivan had become sad, and she was anxious to do what means she was anxious to do more thing, and she was wondering what to do other next for Helen. Then one day she took Helen outside the water pump, and she gave one mug in Helen's hand, and then she poured water into that mug, and as the mug overflowed with water, then Miss Sullivan spelled WATER as water on her other hand. After doing that, Helen's face lighted up, and she understood that WATER was the name of this wet stuff. And then everything came to her flash that everything has a name. Touching her little baby, she spelled BABY, which was one of the words Miss Sullivan had shown her. All that day and for days after, Helen darted from one thing to the next, demanding that Miss Sullivan could spell their names for her. She became so excited she could hardly control herself. At last, words began to make a meaning for her. She then learned the names of actions as well as things. Sit, stand, run, walk, and then
description of that things and action. Hard, soft, quickly, slowly. From then on, she was able to learn as many as any child does. Only Helen spelled words with her fingers instead of saying them aloud. Although she made noises, she still could not talk. Now here, when Miss Sullivan was teaching her and giving lots of things to her and then spelling out the names onto her hand, one day she touched her baby, and then when Helen touched the baby, her sister, she spelled name onto Helen's hand, that was Baby, that was baby. And slowly day after and then the Helen was darted to know more thing, and she was demanding Miss Helen to teach her more things, more spelling. Now that means move or run somewhere suddenly. She was understanding everything, and suddenly she was moving in excitement everywhere. Then slowly Helen then learned to name actions as well as things like sit, stand, run, walk, and then slowly she started making description of that things and actions, what was hard, soft, quickly, slowly. So like this she was able to learn as many things as any child could do that. And after that, Helen could spell words with her fingers instead of she can do it louder with her mouth, because she can only make noises but she could not talk.
Now that she had started to learn, Helen, with her quick brain and good memory, learnt very fast indeed. She learned to spell words incredibly fast, and soon she and her beloved teacher could have long conversation. Wherever they went, Miss Sullivan described things to her and told her what people were saying. Helen soon learned to write on a special frame with which to keep the lines straight, and later she learned to type. She began to read braille books. So now when Miss Sullivan taught her lots of things, she understood what the things are. And after that she started learning even more, because Helen was having quick brain and good memory, and because of that she could learn very fast indeed. And even she would learn to spell words incredibly. Incredibly means extremely unbelievable. So here people were like, it was unbelievable for the people to know that even though Helen is deaf and cannot hear, she was able to say lots of things. And because of that, she and her beloved teacher could have long conversation among them. And wherever Miss Sullivan was going, she used to take Helen with her, and she used to describe things to her, that what people are trying to say and trying to tell her. So all that she was describing to Helen. And then slowly soon Helen learned to write on special frame with ridge to keep the line straight. Ridge means a narrow raised band on a surface. So on that she started writing, and then she later learned to type, and slowly she also began to read braille books. The next thing was to learn to talk loud. For this she had a special teacher who taught her how to move her lips and tongue. Helen quickly learned to talk also, and to listen to people speaking by putting her sensitive fingers on their lips and throat. This meant that she could talk with people who did not know the finger spelling method, so long as they spoke distinctly. All this was hard work, needing endless patience by both pupils and teachers, and
long practice. So now Miss Sullivan had taught her many of the things, and she was also trying to understand what the things mean. But now the another thing was how to make her to learn to talk loud. So for that she had a special teacher who taught her to move her lips and tongue. Now how did she learn that? Then Helen learned to talk and listen by putting her sensitive finger on their on person's lips and throat. By this she was understanding what people are telling her, and this meant that she could talk with people who did not know the finger spelling method. Means the people who don't know the finger spelling method, with them she used to talk by putting a sensitive finger on her lips and throat. And because of that she could learn more things, and for this it was very hard work and endless patience by both the pupil and the teacher, and the long practice. But slowly it was going on with the practice and patience.
In time, she could talk, read, and write, and even learn to speak French and German. Now, Helen was determined to go to university and take a degree. When she was 20, she had set for the entrance examination of Radcliffe College, one of the best colleges in America. The papers were set in Braille, and she typed her answer. Of course, she could not read what she had written. She had to take a chance that she had made no mistake. She had no difficulty in passing the examination and entering Radcliffe. Now here, because of Miss Sullivan and because of the special teacher who had came to teach her how to talk loudly, because of them the Helen learned lots of things. In that she had learned to talk, read and write, and even she had learned to speak French and German. And because of that Helen was determined to go to university and take a degree. Now when she was 20, she had set for the entrance examination in the college which is in America, and that college is Radcliffe College, one of the best college in America. Now here the papers was set in Braille. Now Braille is a form of writing language for blind people in which characters are represented by patterns of raised dots that are filled with the fingertips. So by like this Helen was going to give her exam. Now Helen was blind, she was not able to see what she is writing, but then also she has to take a chance that she will not make any of the mistake while typing, and she was like confident that with no difficulty she will pass the examination and enter Radcliffe College. Miss Sullivan was with Helen all through her time at university. In the end, this girl who at 7 had lived in a dark world, unbelieved to hear or speak, won high university honors. Now, Miss Sullivan, who was the teacher of Helen, she was there with Helen throughout her time at university. At the end, this girl who at the 7 was not able to see, who was deaf, who was living in a dark world, and from the dark world Miss Sullivan had brought her out this and taught her many things to talk, learn. So this girl, for her it was unbelievable that she had won high university honor. Throughout her life, she helped other blind people to find courage. She traveled all over the world, inspiring everyone by her example. Helen Keller lived to a ripe old age of 88. She passed away in 1968. So now throughout the life of Helen, she helped other blind people to find courage, and she was giving example of her life to many of the blind people to find them courage, and she was traveling all over the world just to inspire many of the people by telling her example. And then at the age of 88, Helen Keller passed away in 1968. So in 1968 was the end of the Helen Keller. So students, I stop here with my explanation. I hope you have understood the lesson. Now let us solve the question answers which are on page number 79. Our first question, answer the following question. First, how did Helen overcome her handicaps? Answer is, Helen overcome her handicap with courage, patience and struggle. She also had a wonderful and devoted teacher to help her. Second, what part did Helen Sullivan play in Helen's life? Answer is, Annie Sullivan was a clever and devoted teacher. She understood Helen's problem because Helen could neither see nor hear. She could spell the words on Helen's hand. She could have long conversation with Helen wherever they went. Miss Sullivan described things to Helen and told her what people were saying. She was with Helen all through her time at the university. It was because of Miss Annie Sullivan that Helen learned to read and write, go to school and college, and lead a full and happy life. Now, third, how did Helen Keller help other blind people? Answer, Helen helped other blind people to find courage. She traveled all over the world, inspiring everyone by her example. Question 4. Helen Keller life is the story of. So from this you have to find out the answer, and the answer is B. Courage, patience and struggle. Now question number 2. Add ly to the following words to make adverbs. First, wonderful. Answer is wonderfully. Second, clever. Answer is cleverly. Third, terrible. Answer is terribly. Fourth, devoted. Answer is devotedly. Now question number 3. Complete the following. First, attend. Answer is attendance. Second, enter. Answer is entrance. Third, differ. Answer is difference. So that's all for today, students. I hope you have understood the lesson and this lesson has inspired you and you have got knowledge from this lesson. I hope you have understood the question answers as well. You can write it down into your notebook. Thank you, students. Remain safe and God bless you.